So today, Newcastle take on a Bradford side that is rooted to the foot of the Division 1 North table, looking to bounce back themselves after losing 4-0 against Barnsley. Let's see how they get on today. Here is what the manager had to say before today's big game.
And I am with our manager, Becky Langley. Becky, I don't want to put the pressure on you on the squad, but it's fair to say this is a huge 3 points today.
Definitely, we're looking to put the results against Barnsley right. Excited for the game against Bradford today, looking for the girls to really dominate the game, and yeah, really excited to go for 3 points today.
The huge positives from our game of 2 weeks ago is although we lost 4-0 to the top of the league side, the messages coming in and the support on social media is that the girls never ever gave up.
Definitely, the girls will never give up. They fight right to the end. It's the kind of positive mentality we've instilled this season. They're really hard working, they've got determination, and they'll battle right to the end regardless of the scoreline.
So today it's obviously different. We play top of the league this week. With all due respect to Bradford, it's bottom of the league, so that obviously gives the coaches a bit of a different outlook.
Definitely. The messages I give to the players is let me take care of the results, but you take care of your effort levels and your performance levels. And I'm sure if the players are, going 100% today and really focusing on the game plan, then we'll get the 3 points.
Wish you all the best for the game, and fingers crossed we talk afterwards. It's 3 points in the bag.
Thanks.
Can we get my phone and Lucy? Ready!
Inside. So it's half time and it's 1-0 to Newcastle.
The half-time score here at Druid Park, it is Newcastle United Women 1, Bradford City Women 0. It's been a game of few chances, but in the 11th minute, Brianna Westrup has played an amazing ball out to Imogen Longcake. Imogen has cut in, great mazy run, laid the ball back to Beth Gardner, who has chipped the ball in. It's come down off the crossbar and over the line to give us the lead. Apart from that, it was really tight from there, but then in the 28th minute, Bradford had a free kick on the edge of the box and Dom has had to make a brilliant save to keep it level. It's still all to play for, but we are 1 up.
Yeah, so goals from Beth Gardner in either half ensure that Newcastle go back to winning ways, 2-0 against Bradford. To be fair, it could have been a lot more. It should have been a lot more. I don't think 2-0 represents the absolute domination that they had throughout the game, to be honest. Newcastle take the lead after about, must have been about 10 minutes, maybe just over, in quite spectacular fashion. Great cross fashioned over, and then a chip over their keeper into the back of the net. Newcastle take a very deserved lead after a sustained amount of early pressure from the home side at Druid Park. Again, for the rest of the half, it was a battle of attrition, lots of tackles flying in from left, right and centre, some fierce tackles. To be fair, some of the women who played today will put the men's team to shame. Very unforgiving conditions, and the sliding about, winning balls back, winning possession back, getting crosses fired in, etc. It was fantastic to watch. Second half comes along, and a very different type of goal, but equally spectacular. Their keeper comes out of the box, handles, free kick given, Newcastle play it quick, plays it into the back of the net, and it's 2-0, and it remained that way. Unfortunately, we did have some more injuries during the game, and we'll obviously assess and see how that is later on in the week. Obviously bring you that news on the page as soon as we can. But Newcastle held on, and it was a very, very deserved win. This was what one of the players, Beth Guy, had to say about the game.
And I am with our midfielder, Beth Guy. Beth, vital 3 points today.
Yeah, it was important that we got the 3 points on board, and we did our job, and we stuck to the game plan. We took on board what Becky and Lee said at half time, and we put it in play in the game, and we came in with the 3 points.
It was one of those funny games, wasn't it? Bradford obviously came here, sort of, they did attack, but they did part of the bus early. It was about us breaking them down. But they played very well, didn't they? Even then we got the first goal, they still played very well, Bradford, so they were a tough team to get that second goal.
Yeah, they were. Credit Bradford, you know, we had to change the way we wanted to play, we had to go a bit more direct. But yeah, credit to them, but you know, overall we're absolutely thrilled to get the 3 points.
Brilliant 3 points, enjoy your Sunday night.
So the manager, talking after the game had concluded and finished 2-0, said, 3 points in the bag, we've got the job done. We've had to stick together after some really tough injuries in the squad, and we battled through to the end to make sure that we got the result. So obviously very, very pleased with that. That win shoots Newcastle several places up the league, up to the dizzy heights of 7th. And if you remember back to the beginning of the season, when obviously Becky Langley had just come in, new manager, new ways, new systems of playing, it wasn't going great, and we were struggling to be sitting 7th in the table at the moment, and with a chance of still getting up another maybe place before the end of the season. I would say realistically you'd have to say that is really, really good. We now do have a couple of tricky away games, so obviously again we'll cover them on the page. Just like to take this opportunity to say, because I mean I was there today with my family, the girls do deserve a lot more support than what they get. The standard of football is a lot higher than what you would consider. It's a fantastic staff that they've got down there, and actually said to Becky Langley and the rest of the team, if Newcastle want some good PR, they don't have to have these agencies and these Keith Bishops and the likes. What they need to do is go down on days like today. My daughter was a mascot today. She actually led the team out. There was a girls football team there as well, and I must admit, what the players did, the staff did, the management there did was unbelievable, and all of them were totally inspired, totally into it, and totally tread absolutely fantastically. So I personally would just like to thank the entire team down at Druid Park for a fantastic day and a fantastic experience, one which my daughter will probably never forget. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I will come on to a separate video. I am doing a separate video about the women's football team. I do think it is a crying shame how the club doesn't do more for them, to be fair. The only difference between the women's team and the men's team is just that the men's team is more backed. It's more backed. There's good footballers there. There's good football being played. They're committed totally, but some of the facilities and stuff that they're given isn't up to the same scratch that the men's team is, and that is a crying shame. At the end of the day, they wear the same shirt, so they should have exactly the same treatment. It's really frustrating to see, and I hope that in the future, as the club develops, and hopefully the club moves into new ownership, that this is addressed certainly, because with the right backing, and we're talking about money and facilities, these could really, really push on and push up the leagues. I mean, even the likes of Sunderland are in a higher league than what we are, and back their team more. So it's disappointing on that side. They are doing some great work down at Druid Park. Please, if you can support them. We do plug all of the games. We do mention all of the games, the interviews, everything. So if you can, it's a great afternoon out. It doesn't cost the earth, and it's highly recommended. Anyway, take care. Speak to you later. Keep it tuned. And of course, we'll bring you that injury news just as soon as we can.